Hello YouTube Vintage Stereo Restorers. Hey, I have one here that I've just been looking over this morning. And yes, it's another Kenwood, and we're not here really to talk about Kenwoods. We're here to talk about another brand of part. It's called unobtainium. I first saw this term quite a few years ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago. And online somebody was talking about, I believe it was a Heath kit, and the PEC modules that are in it, in the tone controls, as being unobtainium. But there was a workaround. You could make your own resistor capacitor circuit and do that. There's some things that are so unobtainium that it'd be very, very hard to ever substitute, or the substitution would kind of ruin the authenticity. One of the things here, and you'll see these, so on this K2500, it's power off, A speakers, B speakers, A plus B, and phones. These are all over the place in this vintage of equipment. You see them on Pioneers, quite a few Pioneers have them. And this one is made by Alps. And I find there's two kinds of these. They're all very similar, but some have a metal cam that turns the power off and on. Some have a plastic cam. If the plastic cam breaks, good luck. It's nylon. It does not glue together very well. This one here actually works. It does not feel good. This thing hasn't been sitting a long time. It was very sluggish. I sprayed it with some contact cleaner and lube to get it moving. It doesn't feel very good turning it. So what we want to do is, we want this to continue to work. We don't want it to break. We don't want it to sit on a shelf half a year while we're looking for parts, because nobody makes a switch like that anymore. And I've seen some. I had one Pioneer, it was an SX3400, I believe it was, came to me, and the line cord had one of those lamp switches, you know, the rotary ones that splices into the cord, and then these terminals were bridged for power. It's usually the power end of it that breaks. What we want to do is to get rid of resistance inside this thing. And one of the things that you can do that really helps it, this has little roller balls that go across basically bumps, cams, whatever you want to call them. And that's how you get the detent action. Oh, it's already feeling better. And the older ones, I ran into this, the older ones have two. You just take a screwdriver, a little bit of number 2 lithium works pretty good. Yes, there's less resistance there already. You can spray the control with some of the stuff that has lube. The trouble is, in a few weeks that lube will be gone from there. It's not good in high pressure areas. Well, it's much better. And also, if we swing it around, remember that movie with Woody Harrelson, Swing Away, Swing Away? This one has them too. This one's not a little less resistance. I'm just going to get in there and just layer it up. And as you rotate it, it will smear the grease around. But I find this number 2 lithium seems to hold up. I actually have that for turntables, like dual turntables. But these two switches here, both the power and the selector switch, are really hard to replace. There are some selector switches out there. They're not of the caliber of the original, except for some, for instance, there's some of the Dynaco kits have really good selector switches that replace, and I just did one on a Dynaco preamp. They're actually really good switches. Yeah, that feels great now. You want to just keep everything rolling on these. And actually, spraying this, it's actually really working quite well with the original parts. There's a couple little things that don't sound that great on it, but we'll talk about that later. Thanks for watching and listening.